Hi, welcome to My Teacher Loves Coffee. It is fall 2020, getting back into the swing of things with school. We're going to be studying Japan for our first quarter at Community Campus. So, wanted to read a good book about Japan. So, we're going to be doing Sadako and the Thousand Paper Cranes. Um, I'd like to read it to you a chapter at a time. Just a couple of notes to start out with. It takes place a few years after the atom bomb is dropped on Hiroshima. You're going to hear a lot about leukemia, or what they call the atom bomb disease. Because of the radiation in the air, many people got sick even years later with leukemia. Um, a little note about when something has a lot of foreign language in it, this has a lot of Japanese names, and even just they call them honorifics, how you address different people. So when I read a book like that, that has a lot of words from other languages, with Google, you can look them up. You can even hit pronounce it for me. And so I used a site called Name Shouts. Just put in the names, and I'll do the best I can. I can't say they're perfect. I'm not particularly good with foreign languages, but hopefully it's semi-close, that I would not embarrass myself in front of a Japanese speaker. So here we go. Chapter 1 is called Good Luck Signs. Sadako was born to be a runner. Her mother always said that Sadako had learned to run before she could walk. One morning in August 1954, to help you with the timeline there, 54 is about 4 years before I was born. So that gives you a little idea. Sadako ran outside into the street as soon as she was dressed. The morning sun of Japan touched brown highlights in her dark hair. There was not a speck of cloud in the blue sky. It was a good sign. Sadako was always on the lookout for good luck signs. Back in the house, her sister and her two brothers were still sleeping on their bed quilts. She poked her brother. I gotta look up how to say it. Masahiro. Masahiro is her brother. Get up, lazy bone, she said. It's peace day. Masahiro groaned and yawned. He wanted to sleep as long as possible. But like most 14-year-old boys, he also loved to eat. When he sniffed the good smell of bean soup, Masahiro got up. Soon, and I'm going to look up her name, Mitsuha. Mitsuha is her sister. Soon Mitsuha and Aji were awake too. Sadako helped Aji get dressed. He was 6, but he sometimes lost a sock or a shirt. Afterward, Sadako folded the bed quilt. Her sister, Mitsuha, who was 9, helped put them away in the closet. Rushing like a whirlwind into the kitchen, Sadako cried, "Oh, Mother, I can hardly wait to go to the carnival. Can we please hurry with breakfast?" Her mother was busily slicing pickled radishes to serve with the rice and the soup. She looked sternly at Sadako. "You are 11 years old and you should know better," she scolded. "You must not call it a carnival. Every year on August 6th, we remember those who died when the atom bomb was dropped on our city. It is a memorial day." Mr. Sasaki came in from the back porch. "That's right," he said. "Sadako-chan." Chan, I found out, is it's one of those terms of endearment, and usually it's said to kids or it's said to pets. It's a term that a father would definitely use for his daughter. "You must show respect. Your own grandmother was killed that awful day." "But I do respect Oba-chan." Oba can be aunt or grandma, and chan again is that term of endearment. Sadako said, I pray for her spirit every morning. It's just that I'm so happy today. As a matter of fact, it's time for our prayers now, her father said. The Sasaki family gathered around the little altar shelf. Oba-chan's picture was there in a gold frame. Sadako looked at the ceiling and wondered if her grandmother's spirit was floating somewhere above the altar. Sadako-chan, Mr. Sasaki said sharply. Sadako quickly bowed her head. She fidgeted and wiggled her bare toes while Mr. Sasaki spoke. He prayed that the spirits of their ancestors were happy and peaceful. He gave thanks for his barber shop. He gave thanks for his fine children. And he prayed that his family would be protected from the atom bomb disease called leukemia. Many still died from the disease, even though the atom bomb had been dropped on Hiroshima 9 years before. It had filled the air with radiation, which is a kind of poison that stayed inside people for a long time. At breakfast, Sadako noisily gulped down her soup and rice. Masahiro began to talk about girls who ate like hungry dragons, but Sadako didn't hear his teasing. Her thoughts were dancing around the Peace Day of last year. She loved the crowds of people, the music, the fireworks. Sadako could still taste the spun cotton candy. She finished breakfast before anyone else. When she jumped up, Sadako almost knocked the table over. She was tall for her age, and her long legs always seemed to get in the way. Come on, Mitsuha, that's her sister, Chan, she said, let's wash the dishes so we can go soon. When the kitchen was clean and tidy, Sadako tied red bows on her braids and stood impatiently by the door. Sadako-chan, said Mother softly, we aren't leaving until 7:30. You can sit quietly until it's time to go. Sadako plopped down with a thud onto the tatami mat. I looked up tatami mats, and they're usually made of grass or like rush, kind of woven. Nothing ever made her parents hurry. While she sat there, a fuzzy spider paced across the room. A spider was a good luck sign. Now Sadako was sure the day would be wonderful. She cupped the insect in her hands and carefully set it free outside. That's silly, Masahiro said. Spiders don't really bring good luck. Just wait and see, Sadako said gaily. The one thing I noticed in the first chapter is real emphasis on good luck and good luck signs. So we'll see where that goes. So chapter 1. Stay tuned for the next chapter.